wit, it, hit, bit, and Lauren. Shit. Shit. Yeah. Shit. That does rhyme, baby. Good job, okay? I'm just gonna leave that one off, okay? Because that is a rhyming word, though. Let's go to another one, though.
I don't know. It's just so funny because it was so innocent. She's like,
shit.
But it was a good teacher moment where she was like,
instead of getting mad at her,
she being was like, it does rhyme. Technically, it does fucking rhyme.
It does fucking rhyme.
Now let's do buck. Timmy, fuck.
I want to knuck when I buck.
Knuck when you buck. I guess we're going. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Not Well. I'm Bobby.
And I'm Jeb.
And we are back together and better than ever.
Reunited.
And Kevin McCarthy just got ousted out.
Whoa, girl, fuck.
Now,
bye, bitch.
Bye, hunty.
That's a bye, bitch. Because, listen, the Democrats helped pass that bill to keep the government open, literally. Like, prevented a shutdown for him. And then the next morning, he goes on TV and trashes Democrats and said they wanted a shutdown. Like, no, the only way that passed is because of the Democrats, you dumb bitch.
I'm so done with. There's 3 parties happening now.
There are.
It's turning into a 3-party system where it's gonna.
Yeah, and I hope so because honestly, let it.
Well, because the Republicans are just gonna drown each other.
Are a mess. Like,
I mean,
mess.
And then you have Trump that's in court and like, did you see the fucking the video of the what's he called, the judge, and he's like,
oh yeah, I saw that little
that?
clip.
Like, yeah, and he's like smiling. I'm like, is this fake? I thought it was like somebody doing like a green screen, like. Faking it. It's
completely
real.
fake.
It's all a fucking.
Well, then that judge had to yell at Trump because he posted something about the judge's clerk being Schumer's girlfriend and put a picture of Schumer up there and was like, "This has got to stop." So then the judge had to pull Trump into a private room at lunchtime and be like, "You have a gag order now. You're not allowed to talk about the court staff at all publicly." And then Trump deleted that tweet or whatever.
Wow.
I don't even know what they're called anymore.
What is it called?
What are they called? X.
But he's not even tweeting. He's doing
on Truth Social.
Truth
Social.
Truth.
Which
and
is
all of your people are in jail, going to jail or in truth. Though we're gonna tell the truth.
But truth, nothing but the truth.
It's
so help me God.
Yeah, you're telling the
truth because you're under oath. Bye, bitch.
Oh, I didn't even turn off this. Do you think?
Oh yeah, yes.
Assholes out.
Oh, good. I got a good view.
Ew.
That's a hairy little hole.
That's a little hole.
Needs a little cleaning.
Probably. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
It's that cleft area where I have issues.
It's
It's deep and dark.
Michael can keep it cleaned out. Well,
okay. So everybody, we did get a phone call. It's Thatcher's hotline.
Thatcher, I've never met you.
Yeah, and I actually, he lives in Seattle and runs a campground or something.
Oh, we gotta go.
I know. I'm like, okay.
Wait, campground, but winter, Seattle in the winter. Oh, what?
Yeah,
those exist.
Yeah, like a straight.
What do you even do at a straight campground? Like
you
play cards,
roast
drink
marshmallows,
beer?
And I'm like, hey, Becky, wanna come
Hey,
over
how
here and
you
see this
doing?
dick?
Oh God, no, there's no way.
Ew, it's so gross.
No, they're like families that go to that. I think. Or do they?
I just think straight people. No offense to our straights, but God, they're so fucking weird.
Like gays are just out there having fun, having sex, but then straights are like, we got to call ourselves swingers because we have sex outside of our relationship.
I noticed
gays
that.
Are like, oh really? So people have asked me are you a swinger? And I'm like, nope, I don't want to call myself a fucking swinger. I think of fat, middle-aged white couples going with men with goatees and women with too large of tits. Going to clubs.
It's basically a bunch of bisexuals that don't want to say they're bisexual.
Yes, and that's a swinger. And that's why I'm I'm not a swinger. I'm way too hot to be a swinger. Sorry.
Yeah, there's no swinging over here, honey.
And I'm I think swinging is exchanging your spouse for another one, a hard swap, a soft swap. All these fucking dumb terms
Swaps.
where it's why are there all these rules? If I want to go have sex with someone, I should be able to do that. Right.
Well, and it's weird when I talk to straight people about certain things. They
we would
they
never
get
do
bashful.
that.
Yeah, they're bashful. Did I say bashful?
Yeah, bashful.
I get bashful. They get bashful. They're like, oh,
I can't imagine my wife doing that. Oh, God.
Oh yeah, I only fingered a girl once before I got married. It's
oh, okay.
You hear all these stories about these men. I mean, yeah, there's fucking pigs everywhere in every single sexuality under the realm. But
yeah, we got
most
some.
of the time they're all just a bunch of posers, bitch.
I know. When
y'all
you really
fingered
get
3
into
pussies
it,
in your life and you got married,
literally. And then it's can I see pictures of the people you used to fuck? They're not going to show pictures. because they know. Like most of these men, it's like
most of them don't even want to show their wives.
It was in college. I know. I'm not actually a fan. I recently had a revelation of that. Actually,
nobody likes anybody. Everybody hates everybody.
I was kind of like looking. There was some obviously. You can tell who's American in Europe.
Yeah, sure.
So
because we're fat and ugly.
Honestly, I wasn't gonna say it, but there are no people of POSs there.
I know.
Zero.
That's why I don't want to go.
Matt literally looked around and was like, "Oh my god, there are no."
That's because they eat like
POSs.
fresh foods and they walk around.
Well,
they don't have to work fucking 9-hour days.
No.
They like literally like enjoy their lives.
Yeah, and everything they eat doesn't have corporations filling us with preservatives,
like,
additives.
They don't just drive to a trash fucking speedway to get goddamn.
Even their McDonald's does not have all that shit in it.
It's crazy.
And so like you can, it's America makes people fat and sick.
Well, on purpose. And then they're
It's
like,
it's by design.
Here's medicines now.
Yes.
Now we're going to pay for all this medicine.
And they're like, that's why in Europe,
now
it's
you're going to get cancer and we're going to string you along for about 5 years. And it's like, okay.
Take this pill.
It's legit. And I want to be strung along. I keep having a weird feeling about that for me.
Yeah. Are you
cancer.
I feel like you're being, like it's
happening.
Where?
Nowhere. I don't know. I'm just like,
I live with Matt, who constantly feels like he has cancer. So
okay, well,
100%
really
of the time. Oh yeah, every little thing Matt thinks it's cancer.
Same.
And I'm like, yeah, it's not cancer. Like you have regular screening for every type
like I just
of
got
cancer.
my blood work.
Yeah, like you just got that. You need a colonoscopy soon.
Yeah, next year. Oh, I can't wait.
Gotta get.
They're gonna be like, there's polyps. I'm gonna be like,
actually,
oh my god.
You will love it because once they're done, you are fully cleaned out for bottoming. And like you have.
Oh, I should just bottom right after.
Yeah, you have nothing in there. You haven't eaten in like a day.
And they've like put a tube up there, so like things are all
and
like,
they blast it with water. They really clean it out. You could get fisted after a colonoscopy.
Oh, that's fun.
Let's try it.
I'm gonna get fucked, and I want to be fucked starting on propofol. I want to wake up to like a fist.
Have you ever watched a fishing video?
Yes, there was one from Folsom.
Yeah, it's like
that was in public, and it was like
the amount of like that thick slimy
it's
lube.
the noise.
Yeah,
it's like I can't. If you're sucking my dick like that, I like that noise. But when I hear your asshole making a
oh,
ew,
that was sound.
Sick. Sorry, that was gross.
Wow.
And we have to clarify because I know there's those two people that
kink shaming.
Kink shaming. Oh my god.
No, we're not. I'm sorry, we don't like that sound. That doesn't mean you're in the wrong.
I have my sundry is all about this, so we're gonna get there.
I can't wait.
It is. I have something to say that's like, I don't give a fuck. Okay, like I'm so sick of things now.
Yeah.
You're back from Portugal. We'll talk to you about that in a second.
Good.
I wanted to give a special shout out to Diane. You know which Diane we're talking about.
Diane, farewell and good fucking riddance. Yeah, Feinstein.
All good. Well, she should have retired years ago, but
she couldn't.
So she just died.
She's worth like $93 million. She just had to hold on for another million.
Gays?
Yeah, right.
She's like, it's going to my library. It's like, why do I have another president or
and
like
the thing
center?
is, like, yeah, she was a trailblazer. Like, she did pass the assault rifle ban and saved a lot of lives for 10 years until Republicans let it lapse in 2004. But
is that after Harvey Milk?
Harvey Milk.
She was the first one. She was the first one to announce Harvey Milk was dead.
I know. Yeah, that's the cool thing is like she's part of that San Francisco
That's the cool thing.
history.
She's been around since the beginning of time.
But now the past 5 to 10 years, it's a little bit like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
How are you 90?
This is a good example of like going out on a high note.
Like remember when she had shingles earlier this year and was gone for over a month?
She had people like voting for her. She'd have her staff go in and be like, Diane says yes.
Like every time they were in a committee meeting, they'd be like,
oh, she was terrible.
Like, and she would just
wheel her ass in.
And
it's like,
the blah, blah, blah. Where am I? Like regularly.
It's like Mitch McConnell.
Reporters were regularly interacting with her and realizing that she didn't know where she was.
No, I'm fully aware.
She would turn around and walk the other way, or she would be like, well, I have to go to a meeting. And they're like, no, Diane, we're going to.
I'm almost wondering if it's her.
Yeah.
Or if it's like people around her that are like, yeah, keep going because we want to keep you in power. And
honestly, that's probably it. At that age.
Because I'm benefiting for
Why would anyone at that age really want to keep going? Unless there's a lot of money to be made and you're obsessed with that.
Yeah, but here's
or
the
power.
thing. Hi, I'm 93 and I still want to work.
Like, no, you don't.
And I don't know anything about what's happening for 20-year-olds because I'm 70 years removed.
What's the internet? Like
70 years removed.
It's time for you to go to the home.
So anyway, it shouldn't be over 65.
And we need to, once again, let's bring this up. Age limits. If there are age requirements, then there can be age limits. And I don't want to hear it from this is
ageist.
Oh, fuck off. Literally fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off.
No, it's
Helen.
not ageist because if we're going to say you have to be 40 to do something, then we can say after 75, maybe even younger.
Okay, then ageist is
you
whatever.
can't
Then
do
I'm
it.
going to drive at whatever age I want to do. I'm going to
Yeah,
drink, which I
right.
did drink whenever I wanted to.
You're naughty.
I'm a naughty little whore. Okay.
So farewell to Diane.
Farewell to Diane.
She held up, I just want to point out, she held up a bunch of judicial nominees. Can you say it?
Judicial.
Thank you. God.
I know. I feel like there's some words I can't say though lately. It's like,
Really?
yeah, I think I'm stroking.
No, you think you have cancer, not
No,
stroking.
it's just I smoke too much weed, I think. And I'm like,
Well.
what? I'm kind of stupid. Michael last time was like, so you like get high every night? I'm like, that's correct. That is absolutely fucking correct.
weed every day.
I mean, and when I don't, I can't sleep that well.
Well, then
which
you
is
should
probably a sign
smoke
of
every
the
day.
times. Yeah.
It
I
is
mean,
a
it is
sign
what
of
it
the
is.
time.
Like ladies and gentlemen, days. Like
I'd
it's
rather
just,
you do that, I guess, than get drunk every night.
Well, to be honest with you, I know.
What?
I don't know if I have that as a. Oh, I don't. I took it down. I saw somebody this week and at the bar.
Yep.
And
That's where they always are.
And I know you know exactly the group I'm talking about at AWOL. But this one guy, I've known
Is
him
it the
for
older
10
guys
years.
who just gets buckets all the time?
Yep, they all
constantly
get
are-
buckets. Yep.
But the bucket's just for them.
Yep.
Is what you realize when
Oh,
you're
the
like.
one that we saw crawling
there's-
by us.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
4 buckets on a table with
Yep.
4 guys. And you're like.
They all get buckets.
So they just get a bucket and drink 6 and then go get another bucket.
I mean, but I was like really reflecting, and I feel really kind of bad about this. But like, I was like, God, how sad is your fucking life? As
No,
he was
it
walking
is.
by, and I was thinking, I'm glad I don't drink. I'm glad I
Yeah.
love alcohol, and I'll talk about it all the time.
Look at
but
us. Like, hello.
hi, I guess I don't.
I don't drink.
I don't drink during the week.
Well,
It's Tuesday.
For all they know, they don't know what day it is.
Well, honestly, yeah. I mean, I really don't. Like, I'll have a couple beers maybe once
Right,
a week,
throughout the
and then
whole
it's like,
week.
well, then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday come, and
Girl.
it's like, oh, girl, fuck.
Girl, it's time to have fun on the weekends.
So anyway, I put on here Republicans are so dumb, which we kind of touched already with the McCarthy situation.
It's literally like part of, and here's the thing, they need to have a full split because there's like those reasonable-ish type Republicans that like don't hate gay people and just like can talk to us about things, but just don't want to pay a lot of taxes because they love money. And it's like,
But it's also like
they're still crazy and wrong because they also want to defund all these programs that keep poor people alive. But they're not the same as these far right whack jobs who don't even know fiction from fact. Like, can't
hi,
tell.
Laura, go get
Laura-
fingered in the fucking theater again.
Lauren Boebert.
And like,
Literally that video,
Marjorie-
she's like calling us groomers, but then she's in a family-friendly musical
being
getting
sexual and being
gang banged by her partner and then having her tits fell and then she's stroking him off.
and smoking a vape
And smoking a
being
vape.
annoying as fuck. If we're being honest, that whole like where she was like, oh,
So
and
she's
the girl-
having forms of sex in front of children, but we're the groomers.
Yep.
And
Oh, don't
that's what
worry.
reality she lives in. That's what, and they all live in that reality where they're like, this is fine.
First of all, I don't know how she walks into anywhere in Denver and people don't be like,
Oh.
what the fuck is your problem?
Honestly, I'm surprised she's
Denver,
still
like
alive.
Denver's liberal as fuck. Yeah, I mean,
Very liberal.
like
One of the-
artsy, like artsy.
Colorado,
liberal.
I think, was one of the first states, along with Washington, to legalize weed in 2012.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like
They
it
made
was
a
like,
ton of money off of that.
and we're sitting here in
How's your
Ohio
back,
making
babe?
no
I feel
money
like you're doing a little adjustment here.
because I'm having
First
a
class
tingling.
gotcha?
First class, yeah.
You had a long flight
Long flight
home into the wind.
and right into the wind.
I hate that. I hate going. I like going home.
The headwinds
west to
were like
east.
60 miles per hour. I was like 60 miles per hour.
I'm so fucking sick.
That's
of
like
that.
a lot of wind.
That's a lot of wind, babe. Did you go over that hurricane that was in the Atlantic?
No, we barely missed it when we left Newark. It was like a day and a half away from New York
Oh, you
City
could have
area.
saw Miz.
Whoa, girl.
Oh, by
He's
the way,
actually
I
in
might next
Japan.
weekend. Oh, what?
Yeah, you're going to New York next weekend.
Yeah, not the coming.
I'm not
weekend, but the
actually a
next
fan.
one.
Why?
Are you coming too?
No.
Oh, you can. You should.
Wow. Oh my
Wait,
God.
who's going to New York? You and Sabrine.
Me and my new boyfriend. My new sugar baby. I have a new one.
Are you goddamn serious?
Yeah. You know Gary at AWOL?
Oh yeah, I saw him the other day in a little blonde wig.
Uh-huh.
So you went for him.
No, I'm kidding. I didn't. I'm going with Sabrine. Oh my God.
I was like, good for you, babe.
I know. He's kind of
He's
cute.
kinda
Like,
cute.
honestly.
I
And he's
really like
funny.
his personality.
I like
yeah.
his personality.
He's just kind of like, he doesn't take things too serious.
no,
He's kind of like,
he can joke. He's like, whatever.
He had this wig on at the Oktoberfest that was literally like Anna Nicole.
Oh my God.
Like Anna Nicole Smith, he was like,
I wish I could have fucking seen it.
Once a year, babe, and you
I know, and
missed
I
it.
fucking missed it. Whatever, the
fine.
Italian Fest is this week, and I'm not missing that. That pizza. I don't like things, but I want that
I don't even
pizza.
want to go.
I just want the pizza, bitch.
Bitch, I want the pasta. Now,
Okay, well, let's go. But yeah, anyways.
Oh, yeah. I just hate people. I don't want to be in public. I don't want to see my enemies.
So I'm going to New York because of my birthday trip with Sabrine.
Okay.
And her aunt lives there. So we're visiting her aunt. We're staying with her aunt like Thursday, Friday. And then Saturday, we're going into the city, going to a Broadway show that has Daniel Radcliffe in it. Like Harry
they show
Potter.
nudity?
Harry Potter. Not nudity in this one, I don't believe.
Equitas or Equinox.
Oh, God, Equus. That to me,
His
and
cock.
I absolutely looked up
I actually,
pictures.
no, you
Let's
need to
Google
hold
that.
on, bitch. I just saw something. Shower scene from the original off-Broadway production.
Oh,
Take
I saw
Me
this.
Out.
Yeah, I saw this for sure. Huge.
I just love
Like-
cocks.
Like, not huge, but this guy.
No, see, like he's big, but he's probably fluffed. I love this guy.
Yeah, I
This
like
is my
that.
favorite.
Honestly, yes.
I
That's perfect.
don't know. I like normal. I really do.
Same. No, when I
So.
see normal, I'm like, good.
Like good.
That's
And-
appropriate. And I can handle it.
And honestly, rock it, bitch, because it's even hotter when you rock it.
And guys with normal dicks almost always know what they're doing.
Well, yeah.
Because they have to be good with it. They can't just rely on girth and length and be like, look at this. What are you going to do with it? You want me to fuck you?
It's like-
are you going to hop on this cock? It's like, no,
It's
I
like,
just want a
first of
normal
all,
dick.
I'll make
Like,
it come in 3 seconds. But second of all,
Yeah.
I'm about to clean my hole out for a really bad time.
I am not doing it anymore.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Don't want to do
I'm
it.
literally.
Bottoming
I
is,
had a moment.
I'm over with bottoming.
On my. I don't know if you heard my solo episode.
Yeah.
No, you did. That's a.
Yeah.
I'm not actually a fan.
That was a lie. Oh, do I have like
Cat
hair everywhere? I have hair
Yeah.
everywhere.
So what did
But
you
I'm
talk
done
about?
with it, though. I'm done with everybody.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just done.
I can tell.
You know, there's things that can happen in your life, and it's not
change
necessarily bad though. Like
But might
actually,
change
I'm actually
things.
looking at it very, very good
Okay, good.
because I don't give a fuck anymore about really anything because I'm like, well, what does anything matter? Plus, I watched the show. We're gonna get into.
You're like, people let you down. They continue to let me down.
But
and they'll
also-
let me down in the future too. They're gonna
literally
disappoint-
everybody, every fucking
You will be
human.
disappointed.
You can't. You're gonna disappoint me. I'm gonna disappoint you.
You will be disappointed.
It sucks.
Some disappointments are worse than others.
But some disappointments are good, and
They
that's
can-
what I
they
want to
can-
say.
Well, it can shift your view on life.
Yeah, it's like kind of like, okay, why am I taking
well,
everything
then
so
fuck it.
goddamn serious?
If he's
Right.
gonna do that, then fuck it.
like, I'll just go get my dick sucked
Yep.
out at lunch
Anywhere. Yep, and that's why I have Grindr downloaded again. No, I'm kidding. We just used it in Portugal to look at people. There were. I'll bring it up later.
Yeah. Okay, here's our voicemail from Thatcher.
Thatcher.
Here's questions with Thatcher because we're gonna call it what it is now because nobody else calls.
I love it.
Hi, cute boys. It's Thatcher. I have 2 questions that are non-related, so don't think that they are.
Okay.
For one, how do you get over fear or like bad nerves? Do you like talk through it? Do you just say fuck it? Like, how do you overcome fear? And like fear of like scared for your life fear, and then fear for like I don't want to be embarrassed fear. Okay, and number 2 is how often do you check out bulges?
Oh,
I mean,
I'm just curious.
do bear shit in the
guys
woods.
look at other guys with bulges. I'm very curious about that one. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
That might be a new sound button, babe.
put that. We got it. That's
I
a
gotta
sound
save
button.
it.
I love it.
So
Good
let's
question.
do the bulges first.
Bulges
Yes,
all the fucking
all
time.
the time.
I literally will text my husband in public and be like,
Look at this
By the way,
dick."
look to the right.
Yep.
Look at the bulge
Oh,
to the
we
right.
do that all the time. We're like, we'll be in
All the
public.
time.
Like,
Yeah, I'm like,
hey,
Bobby.
do you see that?
And then I use
You're
my
gonna
arm.
want to look. And I'm like,
Yes,
I'm like,
literally.
what?
I say that to
You do.
Matt
You
too.
look
Or
right
you're
at you,
like, you're gonna want to look.
You're gonna want to.
You're gonna wanna look over here.
Yep. Oh,
all
look.
the time in Portugal. I'm
It's
like,
so I am really excited because
Bulges.
it is
Bulges are-
sweatpants season, gray
This is the
sweatpants. So it's
best
time.
fucking season.
It's time for bulge season, and I'm here for it. I love it.
oh my God.
I love a good cock and a ball.
I just
And the ball.
I saw some today at work that were like, oh wow, big. I like when they really poke out
Penises.
penises.
I was like, what are you saying right now?
Yeah, bulges.
Maybe it's the weed pen that's hitting me that I was doing. I don't know what I was like.
I was like, are
you need to be
you-
careful what you're talking about.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, bulges are everywhere, and if you just open your eyes, sometimes you can see it. And now I don't wear
Honestly,
underwear anymore.
No, there's no knees.
I literally-
no knees into is what I said.
When I talk about this one thing that I have, I wore sweat shorts with no underwear. I'm just saying.
It's so hot. It's the best.
So,
And honestly, if girls can walk around with their tits hanging out, flopping around, nipples out, I think
can
we
breathe.
we can rock out with our cocks out.
and it's not
like,
even a sexual thing. I want to breathe.
No,
well, actually,
it is
it's
about
kind of sexual.
no, but it does feel better though.
Like I kind of want somebody to reach their hands in the shorts, like and like nobody know, and they're like jerking me off at the. Okay, I've had a lot. I've unlocked a lot of fantasy. I've unlocked a lot of.
Now we need to fulfill them because the internet exists to fulfill them.
now,
Yeah.
or we've already started. Now,
Oh God, I
Now.
can't wait to hear more. Now fear.
now
He
fear.
asked
Yeah,
about.
fear. I don't get over my fear.
I was gonna say Bobby lives with it.
That's why I'm on medication.
It's his best friend.
Fear is something I cannot. You remember Jinx Monsoon?
Yes.
And her little skit with the two, like, depression. And this is how I feel about fear. It's like, I'm so afraid to do something, then I do it. I'm like, oh, it wasn't that bad. But it takes, I mean, I have to obsess about it to the point where I'm about to
Yes.
throw up. It happens. And I'm like, and then it feels like I just won the marathon, which
Yeah.
I don't know what that even feels like. I don't know what it feels like to finish a marathon.
Marathon.
I'm going to run a marathon today. No, you're not. Which, speaking of, there's actually a marathon this weekend, Columbus, so we can see some bulges swing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They really do swing when they're running. That's the best
Oh.
time running. Even if they're not
A runner's
wearing
cock.
like the tightest tighty whities, like you are gonna see a swing.
What's weird though, that's interesting though, is that
Swinging.
sometimes you really don't know if it's cock or balls or
It's
both.
mostly balls, I think, all the time.
I actually do too.
I'm almost convinced.
I'm convinced
Because when
too.
you exercise, your dick shrinks, so it has to be
Literally,
balls.
I
Like,
always think that I'm like, why
yeah.
why does
Matt
this
comes home from the gym and like gets ready for a shower, and I'm like, oh boy, honey.
again?
Yeah,
Average.
cocks. But fear for me,
Fear, yeah.
I realized this new thing. First of all, I don't ever have fear of embarrassment anymore. The past few months,
Yeah,
6 months,
yeah.
I just don't. I dance in public. I talk to everyone, even in Portugal. I'm like, what's up?
Ciao.
I just don't care. I'll sing along to things. I'll whistle songs. I talk to myself, and then I'm like, oh, sorry, I'm just talking to myself. Because you realize, what is the point?
Right.
You're afraid of being embarrassed. What is embarrassment? Why do we get embarrassed? There's no right.
There's
Why do we
no
get embarrassed?
point.
That means like you feel like you're doing something wrong, and it's like
It's 'cause we're
if what you're-
trained
If what you're
kinda-
doing is not wrong and doesn't hurt another person, why are you embarrassed about it?
I think we're taught at a young age that
Yeah.
things that we like and
You
things
gotta
that
be
make us
polite.
feel free
I'm like polite,
can sometimes also be something that you're not allowed to do, like speaking your mind, for example, like
jerking off.
jerking off, masturbation.
Not allowed to do that. It's scary. It's oh
going to
god.
hell.
Oh god, we can't talk about sex. I'm embarrassed. Why? Everyone's doing it anyways.
I get that. That's kind of where I'm at right now. That's what I
Yeah.
was kind of talking about last
It's
week. Like, I
like-
just don't give a fuck. Like, okay, do you
afraid
hate
to go
me?
up
Cool.
to. You're gonna get embarrassed in front of a crush. Over what? You don't even know if they like you. Who cares if
Honestly,
you embarrass
it's
yourself?
really bashful.
What if you lost if you go up
It's
to
so
your crush?
cute if you go up to your crush and say,
It is cute.
If somebody came to me and said, hi, I have no idea if you even know who
Yeah.
I am. I don't even know if you like me, but I just want to let you know that I have such a crush on you and
Yeah.
blah, blah. I'd be like, very flattered to the point where I'd be like, I'd look at you twice because I'd be like,
same.
I like somebody like
When
that.
someone tells me gives me a compliment and it's
It's-
legit and I can feel it, I'm immediately attracted to them. Like,
Does that mean we weren't?
does that mean we weren't?
It's the
praised?
trauma. Yeah, it's the trauma.
Probably.
It's the trauma. We weren't praised. But
Well,
anyway,
also we weren't allowed to lead normal lives. Now, the other fear, the bigger fears, the fear of death, the
Still
fear
can't get
of
over
all
it.
of this stuff, you have to live with it. But here's what you do when you have a big fear of a new change coming or a big conversation coming up or anything. You have to sit with the fear and unravel why. You really have to figure out, why am I so afraid of this? What am I losing? What is going to
what is
change?
the thing that's
What's really going to change?
triggering me to think, oh my God,
I'm afraid of, I'm worried about this for what? Yeah, for what
You
reason?
know what a lot of it is stability.
Everyone hates
Nobody
change.
wants to change because it's unstable for a second, but like,
But then you go through changes and you realize they were
It's
good.
great. Like when I moved
you
to
look
Ohio.
back through your life, the biggest changes brought you the most good, right? You talk to
Yes.
people who are about to go through divorce. They're terrified. They're like, "Oh God,
I'm going to be alone the rest of my life. Well, actually, I want to be alone, but
well, that's a side note. Same. No, I'm kidding. Kidding.
I knew.
But then you talk to the divorced person like 3 years later, and they're the ones that have handled the fear well, the ones who handled the change well, are living their best lives. They're happy. They're like, I'm actually happier. I'm doing better.
Time heals all wounds, babe. And honestly, it's one of those things where like you can be afraid of something, and I've learned this over the years, and I've gotten better, even though my anxiety is still out of fucking control. But sometimes just like facing that fear is so empowering that like it doesn't fuck. After that, you're like, fuck it, I can do that. So I can do this.
I just did that.
Kind of
So-
when I moved here is how I felt, because then I was like, I'd have to go to the bars and be like, hey, like I don't know anybody here, and that was actually kind of my like I just moved here. I don't know anybody. Oh, I'm da-da-da.
Yeah.
And you slowly start, but it's like if I didn't even make the comment, then I'd be sitting there alone and bored
just
and
like looking
crying
around
and sad.
And that would have been fear inhibiting you.
Right.
So what you need to do with every fear in your life is you need to look back through your life and think of all those moments that you had this same feeling of fear before that you have gotten through and how things are better. And then you feel like you can do anything. You're like, I got through bullying. I got through wanting to kill myself. I got through going to college. I got through moving to a new town. I got through a hard discussion with my partner.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, and these are all like real life examples to me. But it's literally, you're like, okay, I survived. I can do that. I don't need to be afraid of this, or I can be afraid of it, but I don't need to let it prevent me from doing it.
If you're not afraid of it, it's not worth it. Is my theory at this point. So
The
like
point
if you're
is not
afraid of
eliminating
something,
fear,
that means there's something beyond the fear that's good for you that you're scared to test because you're scared that so and so or whatever the situation is going to backfire on you. And sometimes you just got to go for it. Okay.
I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Thatcher.
Now, so Netflix has a show. Steven Spielberg is like producing it. It's called Encounters on Netflix. You have to watch it.
Oh, fuck.
I have never felt so much comfort and clarity about what extraterrestrial people, things are, whatever. I'm telling you, I think they're real, and I'm telling you now, that person, motherfucker, is not real. But they are. I really, after watching this 4-part series, it goes through different places in the world. Different scenarios happen, but they're talking to these people. And a lot of these people who see these things, it like almost changes them as people completely. Because all of them get bullied, get made fun of. If I was like, oh my God, I saw a UFO, and people would be like, you're a fucking whack job. Like Tom from Blink-182, he was all about the UFOs. He said they're real, they're real. People were like, he's a fucking weirdo, blah, blah. They're real. Okay. Yeah. Now, people who see them, do you have any experience?
No, there are UFOs. Like literally, like we have our own government admitting, like, hey,
the one guy that was on, we don't know what the one guy that was on Capitol Hill that day.
Yeah, you have 2 Navy pilots who witnessed it. Like something moving at a speed that does not make sense, and they specialize in aviation and lift off from stop position to directly up. Like there are things that we can't explain.
I mean, and honestly, you know, United States really sucks, but we do have an eye on everybody and everything.
We do.
I mean, literally, we're watching everybody every day.
Satellites everywhere.
Everywhere. So it's just interesting, though, because in the documentary, he says, like, you would be shocked if you knew how many times it happens daily. Okay. But people who see it are really afraid to say something because of the ridicule and because of all this. So that you go through these different stories and everybody has the same theme.
Oh, we saw UFO one time.
You're fucking weird. See?
Where was I? And I like wrote it off. I feel like I was in Mexico City or something with Sabrine, and I was like, what's that?
You might write it off because the thing...
No, I was in Siesta Key and I was on the rooftop with literally...
You're having a moment.
Oh my God, I forgot this.
Preach, sis. Tell us.
I was like, oh my God. Yes, we were at night on the rooftop of like a 3-story or like a 4-story Siesta Key rental. And like we're just like hanging out and looking around, and we're all like looking out. And then one person of like the 8 of us was like, what's that? And we all got up and looked out. There were lights shaped in triangles moving across this horizon. The horizon, it was dark. You could see water and the moon shining on the water, and then you could see these triangles just moving across, and they'd stop, and then they would just move at speeds that we didn't. It was not a helicopter. It was not a plane, because it would stop, and it was too big to be anything like a helicopter. I mean, we were like, all of us actually were like, that could be a UFO, and then we like sat down, and I was freaked out. I think I went to bed because I was like, this is fucking weird. I left and I already forgot. Yeah, this is bringing that back.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you write it off so quickly, but
I was like, no.
How many times have people seen something and been like, no?
I can talk to the other people in my group all saw it too, and we were like, yeah.
You know, I was really actually afraid of that when I was in Colorado for my friend Katie's wedding. We were in the middle of literally nowhere, and you could see every single star. Like, it was crazy, and I was like really freaked out because when you can see a lot of the sky,
you're like, fuck, it's huge.
Oh, I'm so little.
Yeah, like little.
So when you watch it, though, the one thing that I think I picked up from it is a lot of these people then become very concerned about the Earth, and they really feel like these aliens are kind of trying to protect us from not ruining, because like like I guess that what's the like chemical plant that exploded in Japan? Fukushima or
Yeah,
something.
Fukushima. Yeah, the nuclear reactor.
There was lights that showed up after that, and then like the radiation levels dropped. It's like you got to watch the documentary.
Oh,
it's
wow,
like
I gotta
it's
watch
probably the most
this.
convincing thing I've ever watched because it's like it's not goofy, but the thing that really freaks me out, and we talk about religion a lot, but I'm almost halfway convinced that I would believe in aliens more than I believe in Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
And I would believe in like people following the star of whatever, and it's really could be like aliens or whatever it is. I don't know.
I agree.
And we always look to the sky. Like everybody always looks to the sky for things. Where's God?
Always.
The sky. So where are aliens? The sky. Okay.
And people like being guided and giving visions, and it's like
The pyramid situation, the triangle situation. It's something triangles. Like, I mean,
you're an alien.
I honestly hope I am. Maybe all gays are aliens. Wouldn't that be hysterical? Like we didn't know what was wrong. They're like, actually, you're
They're
an
like,
alien.
we need some population control. We need some nice people. We need some
we need some people who are actually going to
good
give a fuck about people.
designers.
Yeah.
people who make art.
And people make people laugh because
Well,
they're sassy as fuck. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because I know we've talked about aliens before, but like after watching this, I was like,
I didn't even realize this was out there.
and I'm not scared.
And it's Steven Spielberg.
And I'm
Like,
not scared.
Okay, good.
That's the thing. That's the big
the
thing.
one thing where people are like UFOs, and we see all these movies where aliens are scary. I'm like, why would they be scary?
Right. Like, why do we automatically assume that aliens want to attack us? What if they're here to save us?
Yeah, I think if after all this time and all these sightings, they
Well, that's
haven't
what-
killed us
that's
all.
what- that's what-
I really don't feel.
You're
like,
gonna love this show.
like
I cannot wait
literally-
for you to watch it.
Oh my god!
Because they say
I'm
all this
freaked
stuff.
out.
Like they're like
At this point, if they found us and they wanted to kill us or take us over, they would have done it. What are they waiting for?
Right.
Waiting for us to destroy the entire planet and destroy all wildlife? Like, why? Why would they do that?
I mean, the one guy described it as when he saw it, he was standing there and he couldn't do anything, and he was totally at peace and not afraid of anything. So it like makes me think like I don't know. It's just
Oh,
weird.
wow. I love that.
It's a fun game you can play about life and death, but I also have been reading on nihilism.
nihilism, yeah. Oh, no.
I'm down that rabbit hole.
None of it matters.
Nothing matters. It doesn't though. When you're really looking at it, it's like, what the fuck are we?
I
we are
think that
so
nothing matters.
worried.
I think everything matters because of
We've talked
that.
about this, and I
Yeah.
agree with that. Like, I think everything matters, but it also really doesn't matter what everybody
What we
else
think.
thinks.
Yeah, exactly.
And whatever it's do you, bitch, is all I'm saying. So anyway, that was my first little subject.
Wow, I love
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, what do you have over there on the counter here?
Now, as we know, some of us have been out of the country.
Some of us have been traveling little fucking hennies.
Some of us spent a good bit of time in Portugal.
Now, what are you holding up for the listeners?
This is a box from Castro.
Castro.
And it's a box of, it used to be a box of pastéis de nata.
I don't know what that is. So
A pastel de
we'll
nata
put
is
a
the
definite-
singular form. So pastel de nata is a pastry. So it's like a pastry shell filled with an egg custard, basically. It sounds basic, but like
Oh, it's really.
these fucking things are so good.
They
like
look good. I've seen pictures.
we
Actually
may have
tried
sampled
one.
them.
I was gonna act
I'm
like we were like,
dude.
I was gonna act like we were gonna be like a big reveal, and I'm like, bitch, I already had some of this shit. It's good.
I
as
know.
hell.
I'm like, we just gotta.
It kind of reminds me of.
It looks like this, which you're
yeah.
like,
It's like a little cup.
yeah.
It's like if you did those little egg.
It's a cup of sweetness and goodness.
But it's not like sweet American
It's not
sweet.
American sweet.
It's like sweet, like, oh, there's like fruit or
I think
something,
it's
or some
savory
kind of
sweet.
like, yeah, it's like something.
Matt wanted something more American. He was like, if you put like fruit on this or something like something more bright, sweet,
Right.
It
But
w-
it's
and
a
it would
really
probably be good.
smooth, like it's just enough sweet to be sweet, but not like.
And honestly, it's like 2 to 3 bites, so you can knock them back.
Oh,
like,
honey, I could throw that
with
back.
a bitter coffee, like an espresso, plus like that. It just
Ooh.
balance, and you're just like bite, sip, bite, sip, bite, sip. Heaven, and they're everywhere.
So was that like the big thing in Portugal?
That's something that you have to eat when you go to Portugal.
Portugal.
Another thing you have to eat, which I'm not really a big fan of, but they fucking
no.
love it. Yeah, bacalhau. It's a salt cod. The Portuguese are the largest consumers of cod.
Ew, fuck no.
Largest consumers
Nope.
of cod in the world.
I know exactly what you're showing.
But guess what it is? They're not consumers, even though
Aren't
they
they, like,
have
dried out?
the entire ocean surrounding them. Yeah, they like dried salted cod, which they used to use to travel. I'm like, I get it. In the
Yeah, like,
past,
I
we
get
needed
it.
like to preserve it, and then you like wash the salt off and cook it a certain way to get all the salt out. And it's like
weird.
I ate it, but it just is
No,
chewy,
it's a
and
no
it's
for
not
me.
like a fish. It's like making fish jerky and then rehydrating it, and it's just why when you have the ocean, like
Right
I had all this
there.
other seafood that I'm like, holy fuck. I mean, we went to
I want the dry salted cod.
like I
please.
have to say we went to 6 different Michelin star restaurants.
Wow.
And I think one dish had salt cod in it. The rest was like
You sent me a
fresh
picture,
seafood.
and I was like, "What the?" Or
Yeah.
it was on
cod
Instagram
stew.
or something. And I was
that
like,
cod stew, I think, had
I
salt
was like,
cod in
no,
it.
no.
And it was on top
I
of
saw
fish
the fish
bones.
tails,
Like
yeah.
the fish skeletons
No.
are in a box,
Nope.
and they put that on top. Yeah.
I can't with that shit. Sorry.
So that's like a food item that I was like, no. But there is there's a drink called Genia,
okay.
which is a fermented alcoholic
Already know.
cherry drink. And
Does it taste like kombucha?
almost cough syrupy, but sweeter.
Oh wow.
And it is
Does it fuck
strong
you
as
up?
fuck. They give you a shot glass, and you're just like, you can sip it, but I'm just like,
We're American.
honey,
we toss
it
it back.
fucks you up.
Really?
It's good. It's good.
It's good, girl.
And they're not afraid of drinking there, by the way. Like, drinks are cheap.
It sounds like the
You
whole
can get a
thing is
beer
like,
for over like €2. I'm like $2 beers everywhere in the big city. That's like going to New York City and you're like, can I get a $2 drink? No, they don't
imagine
exist.
they're like
They
literally
don't exist.
$14 for a beer. You're like,
Right. But that's Portugal. The Ubers are $3 to $4 for a
something's not
15-minute Uber ride,
We're
which
just
is like
too
$4.
advanced.
So $4 to go 15 minutes. Here, I pay like $11 to go 15 minutes. I'm sorry, but it's
Yeah, it's
why
true.
is it cheaper in a place where everyone's happier?
It's because they don't care.
they don't care about. They're not trying to get ahead. They're trying to live a good life.
They're like, hey, look at the Americans over there
What
fighting.
they want to
about
do is
everything.
they want to end their day by going to a park and with a beautiful view, having a beer. By the way, you can drink in public. So everywhere you could, it's like going to Goodale Park and there's a beer
Once
stand.
again,
There's a beer
regulated-
stand.
We get regulated here because of
Yeah.
why I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, they want to.
They want to, and they want, yeah. You can drink everywhere, so you can buy a drink in a store, go out, walk around the streets. I walked all the streets with like a beer.
That's so nice.
But it makes you want to walk because
Right, 'cause
Matt and
you're
I
like,
would be
"Oh."
like, well, we have a 20-minute walk back to the hotel. And I'm like,
We'll grab a beer.
well, it's downhill. I can grab a beer and just walk home slow.
Trust me. That's
It's
what-
amazing. It's really amazing. And like all drugs are decriminalized. So literally like people are just like smoking a joint out in a
Again,
park.
I love
relaxing.
that in Montreal. Like,
Right.
just being able to puff on a little thing outside. It was like, oh.
It's just a different lifestyle, and their focus is good quality things. So they don't eat too much, even though the portions are good size, by the way.
Right.
But they have fresh ingredients. They have fresh food every day. It's farmer and it's sea. And
I
it's
feel like
mixed
they
together.
could go and they would never waste it. I feel like it would
Oh,
go
no.
somewhere like it would either go to people.
The
like,
last restaurant that
animals
we went
that are
on,
fucking or what, you know what I mean?
the last Michelin restaurant we went to, Matt's non-alcoholic pairing, because I got a wine pairing with all the dishes. He got a non-alcoholic pairing, and every one of the drinks was like a fermented, almost kombucha juice type drink made with the leftovers of everything they cook. They're like from the past few weeks. So they take all of it.
Oh.
They don't have any waste, and they turn it into other things, sauces, drinks. And that's their whole philosophy.
But that's how it should
Yeah,
be. That's
exactly.
what we're just so disgusting. We're like, I'll take a double cheeseburger. I'm going to throw this wrapper
Yeah,
in the
I
trash.
don't even want
Or
this.
it's just
I don't
going to
want-
go to like some dump that's never going to. It's going to ruin everything. Like we're just disgusting.
it's
Now you
Yeah.
did mention Matt and food, and I was just curious. Like,
Well-
how did that go? Because I know he can-
basically
be a little
due to a
picky.
medical marijuana card and maybe some gummies or mints or things like that.
such as
He was definitely under the influence at some of these restaurants. And one of the third one we went to, they come around and by the way, at a Michelin restaurant, here's what
You
happens.
get, like, a scoop of food.
If you get up to go to the bathroom, they give you a new napkin. They do everything.
was that place in Vegas, Michelin,
Yeah,
that we went to, the Spain one?
No, but it's mentioned in the guide, which is
So
the
it's
same
close.
thing. It's basically almost to a star.
Because that's how I felt too.
Yeah,
It was like,
it's mentioned.
You're like,
it was
oh,
like that.
Sorry, they're like, you're fine.
Every single course is new silverware, new plating. They get the crumbs off the table every single course.
So weird.
So it's perfect. You just sit there and you're like at a show for 3 hours.
Yeah.
But for bread service, which was the best thing we enjoyed at every single meal, bread service,
They just have
which
bread.
means they bring you different breads and butters that are like for like smoked butter, regular
Right,
butter,
like-
seaweed butter, oil, like all these different things.
Oh,
So they come over with this giant box at one point and they have tongs. The guy has gloves on and tongs on. He's like, which of the 4 breads would you like? This is a pumpkin
them.
bread, a cornbread, and they're all like they're like savory. They're not like our pumpkin bread and
Right.
cornbread. And Matt's like, I'll have this one, and starts reaching for it. And I was like,
and he's like, no.
no, don't grab the bread.
That's hard though. That's a hard habit,
just
especially in America
different.
when you pass rolls around like it's
I
fucking.
know.
like
and that's what I
a
told
football.
Matt. I was like, isn't everything that we've had better than like Texas Roadhouse roll? He's like, yeah.
Because it's real. It's
'Cause it's
fresh.
real.
They,
They
did
made
it
it
just
that
now.
morning.
It wasn't sent there frozen and
And
reheated and
that is what I've realized about America. I'm like,
gross.
Most of our shit is frozen,
and all of it is
like,
because of this.
that is all it is. It's about profit because
It's
these
how you can-
corporations like Panera are like, we don't want to make a fresh
Turn and
soup
burn,
on the
babe.
stew or on the stove or a stew on the stove. We literally want to get a plastic bag of cheesy broccoli scented,
So good,
cut it
but
open
fuck.
and reheat it. And it's good. It
But
tastes,
it's right. But like, can you imagine they made it?
They make it taste good on purpose.
Well, right. There's some chemical or something
They
that's gonna
add
kill us
shit
eventually.
to it that we're like, oh, this is good. They get you addicted. Like that's what McDonald's does. They have scientists
know.
working to
Trust
get
me.
you addicted to their French fries and burgers.
Let me tell you,
every single thing is engineered to get you addicted.
there are certain moments in my life where, like, here's something that I'm trained to do, which is fucking weird. Road trips. I'm getting 2 double cheeseburgers and fries, and I'm fucking rocking down the road like it's nothing, nobody's business. And it's like something I have to do.
I did it on the way home. Airports, I'm getting an Auntie Anne's. I got a fucking Auntie Anne's.
Oh my God. I always want
and
yogurt.
a little cheese cup. And I was sitting there in the airport in heaven. I was like, Matt, why am I so happy eating an Auntie Anne's with fake butter slathered on it? And just
so good,
the cheese
though.
cup is like,
It really is.
first ingredients, vegetable oils. It's not even cheese. And I'm just like,
oh, fuck.
because of childhood, we were raised on this shit that gets you addicted early.
It's sad.
Pop-Tarts. I still like, if I eat a Pop-Tart, I'm like, oh, a warm cinnamon Pop-Tart. They don't sell Pop-Tarts in Europe. They're not allowed there because of the shit in them. They're not allowed to sell Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, on Weight Watchers, it's like 18 points for one pastry. So it's like, you realize that you're really just putting in.
Oh, fuck.
Like, it's not real. Like, it's like sugar plastered together.
They're
and
like,
you're like,
sweet potatoes are 0 points, but Pop-Tart 18.
yeah, you
You're
can have a
like,
whole sweet
oh.
potato with butter.
Yeah,
and
it's still less.
Still less than, it's so bizarre, but it's true. Okay, so what would
that's
be
Portugal.
what's your best, I want to know your favorite part of it and your least favorite part. Like, what was something like culturally or like, or I don't know.
Okay. So this, I had to look at this because I had a few
Oh yeah, you
things.
have a couple things that are like that girl with the toe or something.
There were some other things walking around, like everywhere you go, you can get cocaine. Like people just walk up to you and they're like super polite, but they quietly be like, cocaine, hash, weed, cocaine,
Bud Light.
and then literally we would be like, no, thank you. We don't do cocaine. They're like, all right, have a nice night.
I feel like that's why you're fat American.
Europeans love cocaine.
Whoa, girl.
We met a cute, like hot guy and like a German couple. And
They like what? They like
cocaine.
Oh,
There's
like,
no,
they
like,
like
these are-
beefy. I was like,
Well,
I'm
they
going
actually,
here.
some of them do.
Well, probably.
Actually,
They
no,
want a
they
big boy.
really do.
They want a big boy.
No, because they don't exist over there. Like literally, you would be exotic.
I'm an anomaly.
You would literally
Imagine me
be-
in Japan.
Oh my God. So cocaine is everywhere and you just say no and they move on. They don't care. The other thing I noticed that I have to bring up is like, why are female solo travelers so fucking weird and creepy and like just strange? They're all like former horse girls and they're just like, they're literally out on these trips and they're just like, yeah, I mean, I was in Dublin and I saw the same thing. And like, I noticed that like everywhere you go and oh my God, last week I was just like eating this food and I loved this
I
sandwich.
was in a little cafe and I
Yep.
was reading the magazine. It's like,
Have you ever been to Rome? I just feel like Rome was like the place where like this.
what's wrong with these girls?
I'm like, these girls.
They're-
and it didn't
it's-
happen on just, it happened on both of our day tours. We did like day trips, like 8-hour tours.
I know
on 2
exactly
different
the
days.
person you're talking
And
about.
I got stuck in the van next to the one. And I was like, I told the group, I was like, I don't want to sit in the back again. I just sit in the back on the last tour. And no one else would go. I'm like, fine, I'll fucking sit in the back by the girl who won't stop talking.
Oh, God.
What's your Instagram? Where are you from? I lived in London for 2 years and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they always. It's like a hard. It's a soft brag, hard brag.
Yeah, it's a soft brag
It's like a.
all the time
Now,
now.
is there beer in there?
Oh, good
Do you
question.
remember?
I need. Daddy needs.
Now! Not bureaucrats that are not elected, that are further left than Mao Zedong. That must end, and it starts in Iowa to end it. We're going to end it together. Larry! And we will stop at nothing. We will move heaven and earth to take back our country. It starts now. Now!
You look like an Indian man.
Yeah, you're automatically kicked out of MAGA.
By
the
that,
way.
I mean, this is what I'm talking
Like, this
about.
is the problem
though.
is
It's
like they don't realize as soon as they leave the room, they have no power. Like
No,
all
they're
all the
all
MAGA
dumb.
whites are like, no, next.
they're like, we're just gonna have him here for the vote. But honestly, if there was a real
Oh.
situation, they'd be out immediately.
Like when they have to pick who they want to stay in the country, like you're going out.
do you think? Well, never mind. That sounds bad.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna skip that conversation.
That's good.
It's probably a good thing.
So basically, the best part of Portugal is that I realized there's another way of living that literally I come back and I'm like, none of this stuff, like you said, nothing matters. But literally, it's like Oh, just like a 7-hour flight that way is a whole different way of life where people can argue with each other on the street and not be worried about getting shot. Like our tour bus driver got out of the car and started arguing with another car who wouldn't let him pass and was like, nah.
But that's such a European thing. Like,
and then they came apart and that guy backed up and we went around. And I'm like, you would be shot in the U.S.
immediately.
There's
and then you'd be the one that's guilty of something.
Oh yeah,
that's
no,
the fucked
your
up part.
fault.
If you live and they're like
self-defense.
Well,
that's what they say.
I'm telling
that's
you,
what the problem with the U.S. is.
Can I make a comment?
They can kill you and call it self-defense. Kill you, and they'll get off.
Blind plea on all your podcast things. Go listen to it. I've been listening to it. It's like not that like crazy, like, oh my God, what's going to happen? But you learn a lot. And I've realized our systems are so goddamn fucked. And especially for like black women who fight back and end up in jail for 15 years because they, so.
The other thing I found amazing was single females traveling alone at night at 2 a.m. walking home alone.
So is it the same horse girls or you think?
No, these are the normal like Portuguese girls, not the white girls who are traveling alone. But like they go out to the bar and then they just walk home alone and it's safe. It's so safe.
It's sad. It's so sad that that's something you recognize.
I looked around. I had the Americanness in me. I kept looking around when we were walking home at 1 a.m. and I'm like, it's dark. Are there people coming? Or is anyone around us? Are we gonna get jumped? And then I'm like, no, I'm in fucking Portugal. Wait a minute, like, and I'm a target. I'm from America. They can tell I'm not Portuguese. They could easily steal from us.
Trauma based.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's like, oh God, my friend got robbed. Oh, my friend got jumped. Oh, this car got broken into. Oh,
black. It's like.
Why? Like, because we're trained to do that.
We're trained. And it's
okay.
disgusting.
So, worst part about Portugal, probably there are a lot of hills. So, like, a lot of times you're like, but the solution is easy. We just Ubered because it's $4 to Uber home. But even like a 20-minute walk uphill after you eat a full meal, you're like, I'm not walking uphill.
So that's how Seattle is kind of
I'm not walking. Oh, really? Oh, fuck that. I'm not going uphill.
Of course, the gays are at the top of the hill. I'm like,
what?
Like, there's the Eagles in the middle of the hill and the gays are at the top. I'm like, it's called like something hill.
No.
Capitol Hill. No.
Capitol Hill, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's Capitol Hill.
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere. So
that's Portugal. It was a blast. Like, I'm really proud of Matt.
So how many stars or how many out of 10 would you give it? Like, legitimately. Like, not just like, like legit.
I would give it a 9.
Wow, that's solid.
Because the only problem I have is that I like the food of Italy more.
Okay, so you wish you had Italian food.
Italian food. I did not eat a bad meal in Italy for all 2 weeks. And whereas Portugal, like, there were some dishes where I was like, this is not the best because of the fucking salt cod.
Yeah, see? And
so you have to avoid it. You just have to avoid it.
My question for you, though, my last question about Portugal, and we'll move on. The gay situation, is it...
Oh.
How's that? Safe?
It's insane. Like, I can just tell you, right outside our hotel door in Lisbon, we turned left. In the next street, we turned left. So less than a 5-minute walk. Gay bar. And it is a mixed bar. But everyone is having fun. And, like, there's straight guys dancing with their gay friends.
So
I'm not even kidding.
I love Europeans.
And then I would see the straight guy come out or bring a girlfriend in. And I'm like, I would watch the groups and be like, wait, they're together. Okay, but they're here. And then there's their gay friend dressed up. There were, like, gay boys dressed in, like the cutest, like, almost women's clothing, having a blast.
And
like,
nobody cared.
No one cared. And you can drink out into the street, so everyone just goes and gets a drink in the bar where it's crowded and loud. And then you go drink in the street.
Fun.
You hang out in the street and you're just like drinking in the street. And then you walk to the next bar with a beer. And if the line's long there, you still have a beer. You go to the other bar with a beer.
That's the thing. That's like New Orleans, kind of, where you're like, why don't we have to go in here? I have a beer.
You don't even have to go
right
in
here and watch everybody be dumbasses inside.
And the bars are like tinier, but there's a lot of gay. We went to 4 different gay bars within a 10-minute walk.
And now, are there bears there?
There are.
Okay.
And that was, they were hot. They were like hot, bigger guys.
Yeah, they're
actually
probably hotter than American bears.
No, yeah. And
they're more
tan.
Yeah, they're tan. Like,
So yeah,
oh, honey. Well, speaking of European cock,
yes,
I have another show to recommend. I've been watching a lot of TV
I feel
lately.
like you've been okay. And we're fine with that.
It's called Naked Attraction. It's on HBO Max, which I don't know why it's called just Max now, but it's on Max.
Well, it was HBO Now, and then they made it HBO Max,
I'm over it.
and now it's Max. I'm like, stop changing it. Yeah.
You're HBO. Why would you get rid of HBO?
I know. You have to leave HBO.
So this show, though, is very interesting. It's based in, I think it's got to be like London or something. It's a show. It has 6 seasons.
Oh my God.
It starts off with one person that's like, I've been having really bad trouble finding someone to date and blah, 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 blah. Then they go to this, I guess they tell the show what they like. So, I like guys with big pecs, or I like blah blah. And then they have 6 guys. So if it's a girl, it's 6 guys, but there's lesbians and there's gays. And there's 6 different colors, and it's a box, and you can see their silhouette.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, you ready to begin?
I think I've seen this.
And you probably have on TikTok and shit.
At
People
the
are
end,
talking
like,
about
2
it.
naked people come onto the stage and stand right in front of their clothed people.
Yeah. So it goes up to halfway to their waist, and then all you see is dick or pussy, and bottom half.
Wait. So when they're seeing the 6 people that are possible dates, they pull up just the bottom half, and you see
the 6 people cannot.
Can you see? Do we get to see that, or is it blurred out?
Oh no, we see it. But again,
I got to watch this.
Good ones either. Like there's a lot of ugly
That's
dicks.
same with Portugal the whole time. I was like, I bet it's uncut. Just kidding. We love uncut too.
We love
but you can't see as much. Like the head.
No, I want the head.
Tells a lot.
Yeah.
The head tells a lot.
I like a good head. But anyway, it goes up to halfway, and then you see just dick. And then
did they eliminate people based on that?
Yes.
Oh, that's
it is
terrible.
so terrible.
That's terrible.
So one guy got eliminated, and the girl was like, yeah, your balls are just too up high. It's lifting your penis too much. And I'm like,
in a cold studio where they're filming, like that's not when to see the balls. Like
fuck.
Yeah, like
it's hard to. It's kind of hard to watch.
It's gonna be hard to watch because it's like
I'm like, oh, and then they go up
really
to
how
here,
we pick people?
and they go up here, and yes, it's like human nature to like look. But what I've noticed, and my biggest observation is that don't let the dick fool you. That face is probably not as pretty as that dick.
Always.
Sorry.
Almost always. That's why I like average, because average face, average dick,
right.
they're like
they
6
might have
or 7.
a huge dick, but
they
then
can be
you
a
see their
7.
they're like
a solid 7. But I've seen so many big
so
dicks
you
on
pull these
people where I'm
European faces up, and you're like,
oh,
there's some cute.
But some you got to see the teeth check.
Oh, and their feet. They'll look at their feet and go, those toenails are disgusting. Yeah, I mean it's it's rough. It's pretty rough. So I had to bring it up.
Fuck, I need to see this.
I want an American version, honestly.
But like,
because Americans are so annoying.
There's straight men like looking at vaginas.
Mm-hmm. And then she'll go, what do you like about that cock? And the girl will be like, I like that it's full. And then they'll go to like some like educational moment. They'll be like, a survey says that women like a really thick cock over a long cock. And I'm like,
wow.
It's like educational too.
But are all the pussies like bald or shaved?
Yeah, a lot of them are actually.
I would figure most of like in the 70s, it would have all been bushes, I guess.
A lot of ball sack looking pussies. It's just interesting. Pussies are interesting. I'm not really that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like, how does a guy? Most straight guys don't care about how a pussy looks.
No, I think it's
that's
more.
That's why it's like weird.
They
to
like
me.
the tits though. That's where they always. They're like,
they go up to here and they're like, oh wow.
Hey, we'll love a little tit. I'm like, I guess we all like
a
tits.
straight guy will stick their dick in anything, like a pumpkin. We're entering the season where Twitter is about to be filled with pumpkin fucking.
Oh, that's hot.
And some of them were hot. Like, there was a page last year I found that I was like, oh my god, like just a straight guy, just like fuck.
Oh, that's kind of hot. Why is that hot to me? I don't know
because
Trick
it is.
Trick or treat, motherfucker. It's like, oh,
yeah.
Okay. So watch that show.
I need to see that show, Naked and Afraid, or what's it called?
It's called Naked Attraction,
okay.
and it's literally what you think it is. It's not about person. And a lot of times they'll go on. So they go on a date.
Do they show the date?
So they go on a date, and they actually, it's so funny because you're like, oh my god, they're so cute in clothes. Like they look so much better in clothes.
Aww.
A lot of people look better in their clothes. Like actually, pretty much everybody.
Literally,
even the hot ones. You're like, oh, you're kind of hotter in your clothes. It's the illusion. It's the thought.
Yeah.
But then they'll come back and be like, the one girl was like, yeah, this didn't work out. Blah, blah, blah. But it's funny because Europeans don't hold back. So they're like, no, he's really, it won't work right. And he wanted to have babies right away. And I was like,
oh my
what the
god.
fuck? Yeah. Can you imagine being like,
after showing your dick on TV,
to
everyone,
so the
then you're going to be like, I want kids right away.
So here's what they do. So then you pick, there's 2 left after you do a voice test and all this shit.
Yeah.
There's 2 left. So then the person that's like picking goes off stage, gets naked, and comes back out butt naked. And they'll look. One of the gay ones, let me just tell you this. The host goes, what do you guys think of each other? Waiting for the other gay guy to come out. And they're like,
the gay guy who's picking?
So there's the gay guy that's picking is off stage getting naked. The 2 that he picked, like,
oh, we're still on.
They're like, what do you think? And the host was like, what do you guys think about each other? And they're like, he's hot. He's hot. Fucking hooked up with him that night at the hotel or something, and then didn't go, and then went on the date the next day with the guy that picked him. I was like, he's dirty.
That's
gay.
such gay. I love it.
Such a gay. He's like, yeah, I actually slept with him, but we'll still be friends. I'm like, oh god.
Oh my
gays are
god.
Sick, but also like I love it.
But also it's normal. It should be
normal. Yeah, it's not sick. It's actually
I know.
normal.
We're told it's sick to like want to have sex with someone who's hot to you. Like why?
Why? So anyway, yep. that's my thing.
Okay. Wow.
Wow. So yeah, so we need to start wrapping up a little bit.
What's this?
Hot guys in Ohio. I saw your last thing, and I think you kind of touched about it, like hot guys in Europe versus Ohio, or is that what you were saying? Like,
I was saying was we noticed that there weren't a ton of just physically hot Portuguese guys.
Were they all skinny?
Yeah.
Like more skinny than
not.
See, I like corn fed. That's why I'm going to Ireland.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Oh god, we should do a group
Maybe
trip
we
to
should.
there because Matt would love. We want to do like start in London, go to like Edinburgh, Glasgow, and then over to Ireland and do like 5-6 days there.
Oh my god!
And just around Ireland. Because you got to see London,
Ireland?
you got to see like Scotland.
You got to say
you take
it.
a train up to Scotland and it's beautiful.
Oh,
There's
I know.
lakes.
I heard there's really, really pretty things.
And
about
honestly,
Scotland.
Michael can go solo hiking, and then Matt and us can go eating or go to a
We'll
pub.
just go eat, and I'll get high. Oh, is it legal there?
You just bring it with you.
Yeah,
I'm going
I'll
to be
bring
honest.
mine.
Like they don't go through anything.
Now I need somebody to write me and tell me
They don't go through
if
any-
I go to
they
the
don't give a
Dominican
fuck.
Republic, do I bring pills?
Yes, absolutely.
I bought the pills.
The capsules, yeah.
Yeah, caps there in there.
Matt brought some. Yeah, you could just take them.
Okay. I just gotta. What if I get stuck in Dominican?
You won't.
They'll be like,
They can't tell, and they don't have the tools to test.
they don't have time.
Literally, like they are so.
Actually, there are
strapped
so
for-
many-
They're
yeah, I was
desperate
gonna say
there.
there are so many
The DR
people-
is literally like, yes, come, tourists, please come. Where else is our money coming from?
I'm just scared to get there and put me on a bus. I'll be like, I'm going to the hotel, and they take me to
serve
Haiti.
paint thinner as liquor. Remember that one resort that was killing people? The liquor at those all-inclusive resorts
I
is
can't
not
wait to
real.
go in 3 months.
It's not real. I would do cans of beer over
Yeah.
like a liquor drink there.
I always do that anyway. A lot of times.
Or unless you see them open the bottle, like a clean bottle of liquor, buy the bottle. Just buy a bottle.
Can you
and
bring
then-
liquor there?
I'm sure you
Was that
could bring it
compared
in
to
a checked
importing?
bag. I'm
Yeah.
sure you can. I mean, yeah, I would.
So another little thing happened to me, and I was going to tell you this earlier, and I got to say it now that we're here. When I went to the bar with my shirt, my no underwear on, and I had my sweatpants on, and I was like being a whore.
Which bar?
AWOL.
Yeah, perfect.
So sitting there, I was like, it was Sunday. It was Sunday after you left.
I would
so we
just
went,
definitely just a little.
I kind of had a little. But there was this cute little guy over in the corner, little blonde boy who I've seen on Twitter. But regardless,
Show me.
well, I will. But the best part about it is I was sitting there higher than a motherfucker and also kind of getting drunk. And I was laughing at myself because have you ever caught yourself thinking that somebody's watching you? Even if they're not, you have it in your head. So then you do stuff that's like,
Yes, yeah. You have to be like,
you always smile more.
yeah, like you're having a great time. Or you look
Don't
at your phone and
you're like,
you look at a video, you're like, oh my
I
God.
am sitting there going, this guy is looking at me. I don't think he was
I do
looking
that
at me.
with texting where I'll be texting. I'll just be like,
Yeah, and you'd want them
like my
to
friend
like.
said something funny. Because you have to be fun.
You want to
have
be
a
fun. You want to be
person.
cute. You want to be fun. You're like, so you like have a little different stature. You're like, that's really fun. I can't wait to do that.
And it's like,
Then you kind of glance over and you're like, I was crying, laughing because I was
literally.
thinking, here I am sitting here being like, so like trying to be all fun,
but then
funny
you
and
know
shit. And
that
then
you're
it's
like drunk.
God.
You're like,
meanwhile, I'm in a full
yes,
blackout. He
blacked
is not
out.
looking at me.
He's not looking at you at all.
He's not looking at all.
He literally is like, what the fuck? This person's laughing. They're drunk.
What the fuck?
That person's like,
So
they're
anyway.
blacked out.
But also, I think we should make Sundays mandatory. No underwear Sundays.
Yes, agree.
At the bars.
No, period. All right.
I did want to read I got a Bible verse because we haven't done one in a while,
Yeah,
but it's
we've
kind
gotta
of
read it.
interesting because I was looking up different ones and I don't know about this book. And I read it and I kind of like it. But of course, when I read
This might be a trippy one, I think.
So when I read about the book, though, people
Yeah.
try to discredit it as like, of
Yes,
course, Christians.
Apocrypha.
Yeah. So just go ahead and read it.
Okay, this is a reading from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse
Testes.
5 to 6. Ecclesiastes.
Testes.
Ecclesiastes. For the living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing. They have no further reward, and even their name is forgotten.
There.
Why does it say 6?
That's
because that's the verse. Okay.
Yeah. 6 there live.
I was like 6 there.
You're like really confused. It's like, weren't you a Catholic school kid that had to
I
read the
was,
Bible?
but I fully
What's
forgotten
this?
it.
Oh, you're going to hell.
All right. For the living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing. They have no further reward, and even their name is forgotten. Their love, their hate, and their jealousy have long since vanished. Never again will they have a part in anything that happens under the sun.
it's kind of a sobering reality that, hey, nothing matters because literally everything that you think is a big deal.
But it's nice. I mean, it's not all bad. Like their hate and their jealousy have long since vanished.
So read the next one.
So you're no longer like hate filled with it. Okay.
So the next one's in the Bible. This is in the Bible.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19. A feast is made for laughter. Wine makes life merry. And money is the answer for everything.
Now,
what?
Right. So I'm reading this book and I'm going, and there's all these little things like nothing matters. Everything's fucking. It says nothing matters in it.
I need to read this. This book is good.
This book is legit.
Because that's legit. Like
it's real.
It's bad that you miss your love is gone.
Right.
You don't participate in anything under the sun.
Why are you going to sit here and
you don't need to worry?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah,
and this is all true. A feast is made for laughter.
Right.
Wine does make life merry.
I was
and
like,
money is the answer for most things.
Well, you have to have money to survive.
Literally.
Like even if it's a little bit of money,
I
you
could
still
have gone to Portugal and had fun and experienced that stuff without money.
You can't even live a day.
No.
So I just thought that was interesting because I spun it a little bit. It's not necessarily negative. I actually kind of like this book and I'm going to read it more. We're going to get more sections. Because then I saw there was all these other sections I've never heard of. And I'm like, so are they just like omitting these because?
Yeah, no, they do.
Because they're not
there are books out that are no longer part of the official like King James.
I know.
There are these books that are so good that.
How do you decide that though? I love it.
That talk about like Mary was not a virgin and talk about things that you're like. But they
like this book was like
those
very.
Books were written right around the beginning.
It's the
in like
same,
100 AD, and you're like, oh, these are people who knew them. Who wrote these books?
Literally,
that then the
but they
Christian
just pick and choose. They're
like,
well, this one seems
bad. This one will discredit what we're doing. This one, no.
Well, yeah, this totally discredits everything that
that Christians are about.
Yeah, like wine makes life merry. I love how we do sip wine though, but we're like alcohol. Like
alcohol's bad. Having fun is bad. Being drunk is bad.
Anyway,
okay,
sundries.
Let me look at. I think I have one.
Okay,
I'm almost positive.
I guess I had a lot to say today.
Lots to say.
I had a lot to say. I was alone, but now I'm found.
By yourself. Okay.
By my hole. Do you have one?
I didn't have one written down.
I mean, sometimes you feed off of mine.
Oh, God. What's all this?
It's food.
Oh, no. Is this happening now?
Where's
this? Who's getting pounded is what they put for like a weather. Who's getting pounded is what the local weatherman said with all this.
Oh my God.
This isn't here though. I don't have to like run.
No.
Okay.
Who is it's like a joke. He's like thinking it's funny because it's pounded.
Yeah.
He's horny.
Well, we did buy a bell in Portugal where it's a red bell, like a counter bell, and it says ring for sex. So now he's going to ring that all the time. Yep, I know.
Whoa, girl.
I'm not actually a fan.
And I'm going to say your hand is always available.
Honestly, it's better. Sometimes it's better. Just masturbate, okay?
Honestly,
it's fine.
Yeah,
I don't have the problem. Yeah. So, do you want me to tell my sundry then?
What was that?
I don't have that problem right now.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
I'm on. There's restrictions.
Yeah,
so.
There should be.
Yeah,
as there should be.
Honey, every night I'm like, good night.
Good night. Sundries.
I have a good one.
Okay, you need to go first.
So I noticed something in the world, Twitter and like Instagram and everything. Now, we all have things that we think, and we all have opinions about certain situations, and it could be any subject, but I really think it's fucking interesting when you have people who are good people, totally good people. I mean, you know they're a good person.
Yeah.
And they say one thing that's kind of like off-colored a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that like it's okay, but what I fucking love, and this is the girls that travel alone. I think this is the same group. This, oh my God, they're these, also they make them warriors.
I can't believe it.
Right. And they totally fucking go after this person. I'm sitting here thinking like, do you understand that person donated like $100 million or, you know, whatever it is? But
no,
it's like,
literally.
It
like
pisses me off.
They said one sentence that you didn't like.
And it wasn't even, a lot of the times it's not even bad. It's like.
A lot of times it's an opinion or a joke.
Well, or it's like well, this is exactly what it's the joke thing too. But I'm like, this is getting, and so it's the same kind of people though. It's always, you know, we don't have a real picture that's really great. It's probably like an animal character or like some side view of your like
I don't know what you're talking about.
Lesbian haircut. It's about lesbians, I feel like. Sorry, I said it.
You're gonna fuck.
Were you attacked by a lesbian recently?
No, but I feel like verbally because I'm watching these people and it makes me so unhinged. Or I'm like, it makes you, and I think they do it on purpose. They want attention. So like I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, this person has done this, this, and this one little thing that they say because they have an opinion because they're loud. It's just crazy. So anyway, my sundry is I'm really fucking sick and tired of everybody
Policing everyone else's behavior
policing everybody else's opinion.
I know.
Guess what? If you don't like it, don't look at it. Don't fucking talk
Tune
about
it out.
But it's just like Trump in the news. Every day they're like, Donald Trump in the news. It's like you're keeping him in the news by saying his name every motherfucking day. Stop saying his name.
And it's like a lot of these people like around us, it's like, does this person make decisions that affect your life in any way? I get the lawmakers, like when they say bad things, like, yeah, they can affect our lives like directly.
Sure.
If it's a random person down the street that you just don't know, or something in passing, they say something that you don't like, do you need to correct them on the spot? Do you need to get out your Karen hat?
There was something that I specifically found. I'm going to try to find it for you, like, and just post it because it was something this person said. And I was like, I was like, set the fuck off. Because I was like, this is so stupid. You just want to fight. You just want to bitch to bitch is what it's turning into. So.
Really?
Yeah. People are just like, oh my God. So-and-so said they don't like theys. And it's like.
As a sundry side story, this is literally, I just read this. There is like the Temple of Satan. There's like a group that started out in like 2012 or 2013. Basically, they were challenging like the crazy Christians and everything. And they would go to political rallies and they would host things online and then they would sue people and win things. And it was a good group. And the leader of that group there was one photo post of him with this other person who made a comment that was felt to be transphobic. And literally the Temple of Satan like blew up and like factioned out into all these different groups. Like, he should apologize. He should never have been posing with this guy for a photo. This guy's transphobic.
That's what I'm talking about.
And the leader was like, guys, I can't vet everyone that wants a photo. And like, I didn't post full support for this person. I didn't like tweet like, this is the smartest person ever. Everything they say I love. Like, that's
what I'm talking about.
Like, if you go through my life, I have associated with or been friends with or known people that you would find problematic.
We were
for sure.
raised. I was
my
raised,
own parents voted for Trump.
Right, like problematic.
So are you going to yell at me for hanging out with my parents?
Right.
Oh, you shouldn't even support them. You shouldn't love them. You shouldn't do this or that. Why?
It's bullshit. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Just fucking stop it.
God, I'm so glad
just fucking stop it. You are putting yourself in a bubble, and then when the bubble bursts, you hate it. But you put yourself there. You put yourself on an island by yelling at everyone around you, policing everyone's behavior. And then when you're like, no one's supporting me or my community. Well, what did your community do to build itself into the... no.
Babe, your community's starting to excommunicate yourself out of your family.
Out of reality.
You need to get it together,
out of
bitch.
reality. It's like...
It is. It's to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm fucking done. They're drinking a Miller Lite or Bud Light. It's like, oh, this week it's somebody else. And it's all kinds of different things. It's not necessarily like trans people. It's like, look at the Republicans right now. They're like, oh my God, we can't drink Bud Light because a trans person had it. Are you motherfucking kidding me?
They did one ad that you wouldn't have even seen.
It wasn't even an ad. It was like a TikTok.
It was a TikTok for 30 seconds with one bottle.
And one
can.
person was like,
they didn't put this can out into the public for sale. It was, they sent a can to one trans.
To a very popular person on TikTok. Very. They were trying to.
That's it.
It's called promotion, okay?
Yeah, it's promotion. But we have to just it's on both ends where we have these insane reactionaries, and most of us are in the middle. Like, wait, are we allowed to say that?
And
now?
I'll be honest with you,
we can't talk about it.
A lot of us are in the middle, and a lot of us won't say that, and a lot of us don't realize that. But a lot of us are just sitting here going, like, it's really not that big of a deal. Like, why are we? Okay, yeah, I'm mad, but like, I don't want to. I back up my people, but like, it's getting to the point where I can't.
Well, it's like trans people represent less than 1%. Think of all the energy expended by the far right people. They want to pass laws. They want to ban them. They want to do all this stuff, and we're just like, well, yeah, we support trans people. And then they're like, we can't drink this.
Well, oh my God,
like trans people.
Well, and what if they want to detransition? It's like, okay, so 3% of that, of 1%.
If they want to detransition, they can detransition.
Like
Who cares?
People.
Who cares? It's so few that want to.
It's their goddamn life anyways.
And what if people want to experiment with their gender? What if they want to be a different gender for a while, and then they're like, you know what, it wasn't for me, I want to go back. Let them.
So if you think I can accept Jesus Christ into my heart and be confirmed into the Catholic faith,
when you are
I can make that decision
11,
when I'm 12, like
literally, I was in 8th grade.
Yeah, 8th grade. 12 and 13.
And you're like, you are a full adult in the Catholic Church.
This is important. This is accepting
you can
Jesus.
Do that.
You can do that, but you can't make a decision on who you are. Which you're not even deciding. You are who you are.
Right.
I'm over it. So
it's absolutely ridiculous that we're like, that's a decision that they're too young to make. But they don't know they're gay, really. But yeah, they know that they want to be a Catholic. They took First Communion. Jesus is in their heart.
Yeah, because you forced me, dumb bitches.
You forced us. You're the groomers.
Yeah.
My sundry is just kind of a general one and piggybacks off of the whole Portuguese trip. I mean, I'm sorry. I know I won't stop talking about it.
No, you're allowed.
My sundry is America is designed to kill us. And it's not just the food, it's the lifestyle, it's the capitalism. Everything about America is designed to keep us sick, keep us unhealthy,
and keep us spending money,
make us live shorter, and spend money so that the rich get richer. Like, I'm talking corporations, Zuckerberg, Bezos, these people who are already billionaires and don't need another dime. They are designing things so that they get richer. That's all it is. And we need class warfare. We need all the people in the bottom 99% to say, fuck this system.
It's true.
We don't want to eat poisoned food. We don't want to work 60 hours a week. We don't want to have health care.
We make the decisions. That's what's crazy. And people don't understand that.
But they design it. It's just like cattle going into a slaughterhouse.
You're herding us into where
they herd us into the slaughterhouse. They have us blinders on.
You see the MAGA folks, like they literally.
Yes.
Oh my God.
The MAGA folks are eating up all of the shit we're being fed.
This is a perfect example of exactly what you're talking about. And I saw it and I was like,
it's just insane to me.
Okay.
And when you go just 7 hours away, you're like, oh, it's not like this everywhere.
Okay, hold on.
All right, that's Donald Trump. So what is that?
That's best president of the United States.
All right, that's Donald Trump with his mugshot, right? It says never surrender.
Never surrender.
Okay, that is a picture of him surrendering to Georgia authorities, though, right?
Sure.
He's the best president of America.
Okay, but that literally is a picture of him surrendering, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Never surrender.
But this is how dumb we are. And this is the point.
They can't connect the dots.
You are never going to get them to connect the dots.
Because they have been fed everything they need to be fed by all the media to create an identity around this person and these crazy, ridiculous values that they probably wouldn't actually follow in their daily life.
Wouldn't, and they don't.
They wouldn't be that rude to a migrant mother with her child who crossed the river to come into Texas and said, we need food. We are fleeing oppression. We literally almost got shot back there. They wouldn't be like, no, cross that river back there. Like, my parents would feed them and probably give them. Oh, you literally.
If you're a Christian?
Yeah, you would do it. If you're a Christian,
is a Christian country, like you want to call it, then everyone should be able to come into this country. Now, I'm not saying there shouldn't be, like, I definitely believe in,
there
like,
should be
proper situations.
Let's give licenses. Let's give cards. We need to track people.
If you have, like.
We need to vet them. We don't want criminals. No one does.
And they're not. Listen, bitch, go online any day. Look at all the white men who are causing the criminal fucking shit that's happening.
Look at who the groomers are.
Look at the groomers and look at the molesters.
Okay,
I'm over it. Like, don't say, "Oh, the Mexicans living up the street."
Yeah.
Oh, I read it on Fox News.
I know.
Immigrant was one of the, and I'm like, okay, so one
immigrants?
story.
But what about the
there's
pastors?
17 white guys that just got arrested for molesting kids and having cameras.
Grandview police, to their credit, the city of Grandview posted on Instagram when they found a guy who had child porn videos and hard drives in his house. They posted it. They posted where he lived. They want more information.
And
then they posted another one yesterday.
Today, I saw it.
That was literally like, hey, this guy was spying on people, young girls in their kids. Yeah. And they post the mugshot. They want more info. That's what we need. We need calling out who it really is in our communities doing this, because it's not immigrants.
And it's not really drag queens either. I hate to say that, but like it's really not. Like, why the fuck? Honestly, they barely want to fuck with anybody. They hate everybody anyway. They're all grumpy sometimes.
They are usually grumpy.
Girl, like they're like they don't want your kids anywhere near them.
No.
They're just doing it for a fucking tip, bitch.
They want a $1 bill.
They're trying to survive.
They will lip sync for their lives.
Yeah, it's like just think about it. It's like never mind. It's like a.
But that's my sundry is like America. We need to reorient ourselves because we are currently in a system that is designed to kill us and keep us unhappy and keep us angry at each other and not have community. We don't have community. Like in Portugal, they know everyone around them in their building who lives there. They know the grandma down the street who needs help getting groceries up the hill. They know everyone. Literally everywhere I went, they're like, oh, yeah, we always come here with friends and sit around and on Sundays. And this is, blah, 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 blah. This is where I met, blah, blah, blah. You know, they just hang out, have fun, share good things, good music, good food. That's what they do. That's what they value. We don't have that in the States because the rich people, the corporations, and our politicians who are paid by those corporations to represent us don't want us to have that. If we had that, we wouldn't be paying them money. We wouldn't give them money. We would vote for them.
We would all have
we would spread it amongst ourselves.
Right. It'd be like, oh, we're going to enjoy our lives. I'm done. I'm telling you, I'm done. That's why I want to move to a gay campground, because it's like a little mini commune like that where you do know everybody. People share all the time. When I go, they're like, do you want to, do you need some food? I'm like, no, but thank you. Like,
thanks.
I mean, it's crazy.
That's how it was in Portugal. They're like, have some of this, pour you a beer.
Oh, do you want a beer? Yeah. It's like, oh my God.
Oh, you liked how that looked on that table? We're going to give you a taste of it.
And I walk by like an asshole American that's like, and I'm in America, but I'm kind of like, don't look, don't look. Oh my God, they're talking to me. Am I going to be like, are they going to? It's just weird. We're just fucking weird. So anyway, everyone just
stop.
We
don't have to do it. We can change. Ask everyone how their day is going. Really get interested in people around you. Look to your neighbors and figure out what they need or might need. We have to build community here because if we don't, we're going to fall up. We're falling. Yeah. We're watching
this
what happens.
Yeah, this is the collapse
when
of
you
society.
don't have community. This is what happens around America.
I mean, even look at the LGBT community. We're all falling apart because
we don't have
oh
it.
my God,
Yeah.
you're doing this in Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
Guys,
Stop.
ladies, theys.
We got this. We can do it.
Just
together.
relax and breathe, okay? We got this.
We got it.
And that's been another episode of Not Well. Call us 614-721-5336.
614-721-5336.
And so we'll talk to you next week, Thatcher. Thatcher, we expect your phone call.
We expect a phone call.
We expect at least a question from Thatcher as, you know. All right. Goodbye. Thank you. Subscribe. Bye-bye. I mean, I'm fucking hate it.
What?
I hate everybody.
No, people are looking to have these dumb fights about nothing, about words.